What's going on, everybody? You're tuned in to the Fantasy Couch podcast. Today, we're talking just a little bit about the game, Thursday night football. We're talking how I manage my 20 league, and we're going to do buy low, sell high. So let's start off with the game. It's not really a game that interests me over here. Giants, Washington. As far as fantasy, there's some things to look at. So let's go over what we saw. Terry McLaurin, he's an elite wide receiver. I
11 catches.
I didn't think he'd do that well this game, but I think I told everyone to start him. It's still early. Like I don't want anybody benching their studs, and he surprised me. He did very well, and
Heineke looked pretty good too. He had a strong arm. A lot of good throws. It
yeah,
seemed.
I spent all my FAB on Taylor
I saw
Heineke.
your live stream on that. That was good. I thought you made a good
Yeah,
move.
yeah, it's it might actually be a bad one because I need to trade it. I don't know if anybody want to trade. So I need to trade one of my quarterbacks. But in the Instagram Experts League, um, holler at me. Who is that? State of Mind. You had Fitzpatrick. So I had the first overall pick. I went Mahomes. He had the second overall pick. He went CMC, and his best quarterback was Fitzmagic. So holler at me. State of
Yeah.
Mind. Like let's trade, bro. I got the best quarterbacks in the league. I don't know. I don't know. Should I do Mahomes for CMC? I don't know.
I don't
Go
know. That's
back.
not a bad trade, but I always like going to the guy who has, say, the backup running back or the starting running back. I have the backup running back trying to pair the two. In this case, you're pairing the backup quarterback with the starting quarterback. It's a good move. See what you can get
Yeah.
out of that. I would stay the course with that though. I wouldn't trade Mahomes is my point.
Oh, don't trade Mahomes, but trade maybe like Taylor Heineke. He
In
needs
package.
he needs it. Like I don't know if we just had to see right now. Maybe Tyler Heineke would put up as many points as Ryan Fitzmagic if we had like two dimensions. We had the two parallel universes running. I think Tyler Heineke would put up just as much points as Fitzmagic, if not more. Maybe Fitzpatrick, a few more rushing yards. It's not that. It's not that much of a
But
difference.
Heineke has the chemistry already established with these guys. It seems like he knows where they're going to be on certain routes. It looks good. Like he knows what he's doing out there.
Yeah, Fitzmagic seems a bit like careless. Just not like he's gonna throw a bunch of picks, but like he's gonna go out there and get hurt. Like I was always thinking that. Like he's always been able to stay healthy somehow, but when he runs, he takes these crazy shots, and he's no Lamar Jackson. He's not slippery.
Yeah. Did you see Heineke try to do a forward pass to a guy today? He fell, basically just flopped all over the place. The ball came out. They ruled him down, but it was just so ugly. I was like, geez, Louise, just stay in the pocket.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's not no Fitzmagic. So McLaurin elite, Saquon Barkley. Don't listen to what other people are saying. He looked really good today, really promising. Now, I'm saying it all in terms of what's going on in the context of what we
Right.
know, where we have YouTube channels saying that he might not play until November, just a couple weeks ago, like some weird stuff like that.
It's insane.
Like, yeah, I've seen some weird stuff. So he's playing. He looked way better than he did last week and it was a third. I was really worried, and I kind of did the same thing. I benched Saquon in every league, and then I kind of started him in every league last minute. And how many fantasy points did he get? 10?
I'll check it out for you real
Yeah,
quick
yeah.
here.
Looked at how many fantasy points did he? But it looked very promising. And now he's gonna have a long rest.
8.8.
How many?
8.8.
Oh,
8.8 in
that's
this one league I'm
terrible.
in.
That's
13
even
carries, 56 yards, 2 out of 3 targets caught with 12 yards receiving. He
so
had a big good run
we
though.
don't
What
know
was
if
it?
that's half PPR or full PPR.
It's a full PPR league.
So okay, so that's bad fantasy points, but okay, we got one person agreeing. But it looks what I should have said. It looks very promising for
Yeah, for
Saquon
mid-season
owners.
form.
Let
Yeah,
me put it like that. The fantasy points sucked. We knew he'd be limited. I thought he'd put up one or two more fantasy points was what I was projecting. So that's disappointing. But he's looking way better, and the Giants looking way better than they were last week. Keep in mind, they just faced one of the best defenses. And look, I'm no Giants fan or anything, but after losing their O linemen and all that, I think it's very, very promising. And hopefully week 3, he's fully unleashed. You can see his like he seems more human now, like more like the Saquon he is. And so that was very promising. Yeah, Daniel Jones did much better. Kenny Golladay yelled at him, so hopefully they can build that chemistry, because that he's turned out to be a huge bust so far, and they just need to build that chemistry. Once they do that, I think it's going to be pretty good for Golladay. But as of now, that sucks if you drafted him, because he's a guy that's kind of hard to bench. That's really any other fantasy takeaways?
I think Gibson looked okay, but obviously we need him to get in the end zone and catch more passes. I know all the Gibson owners are a little upset right now, especially myself. I mean, looking at McKissick going off for 18, 19 fantasy points, that long catch down the sideline, the rushing touchdown. Like, Gibby owners are pissed about that, I would say.
Yeah, well, I have Gibby in a lot of my leagues, at least a third of my leagues.
I got to have you address this in a second.
You only got 9.3. Barkley is Todd Gurley 2.0. Roast me couch, but that's how it looks. No. He's like Todd. He's like the Benjamin Button of Todd Gurley last year. He's gonna start off. He's gonna start off like Todd Gurley ended. Nah, he's not.
This is a good analogy.
Yeah. So he's going to start off. This is how Todd Gurley was week 10. Is how Saquon Barkley was week 1. Now we're on week 9. Todd Gurley. All right. So
he's getting younger.
Hey, week 8, Todd Gurley's pretty dang good. So hopefully we can get there next week with some rest. Trust me, guys. Like it's looking a lot better, and even though he hasn't put up a lot of fantasy points, it's been bad. Like, he's going to get better. We didn't draft him to ball out week 1. Gibson was a huge disappointment, but I liked how he looked. He didn't get enough volume. Game script was weird. Giants were like close to winning this game. I don't know how that happened. He didn't get the touchdown, so just very disappointing. Hey, look, so far, me being bullish on Antonio Gibson has been wrong. No excuses really there, but at least he's looking good. He's looking healthy. So at least there's some hope that he can turn it around. They just got to give that man some more volume. I think some more positive game scripts will help out too. Don't freaking trail to the Giants. What the heck's going on? Like,
I gotta still be on the Gibby train here. I mean, he had 90 yards rushing the first game against the Chargers. Then he had 69 yards rushing just now against the Giants. I mean, that's still pretty good totals. He just didn't get into the end zone, and he's only caught 5 balls between both games.
I don't think a lot of running backs did well so far this year.
Uh-oh, you're gonna make me look that up, huh? No, I'm joking.
No, I mean, other than you got, Dalvin Cook, CMC did well. After that, it was a lot of disappointments across the board. Najee Harris, Ezekiel Elliott, Saquon Barkley. I mean, Eckler did pretty bad. He got saved by that one touchdown.
James Robinson can't even get on the field more than Hyde.
Yeah, James Robinson. I mean, there was a lot of weirdness and disappointment. I mean, Raheem Mostert, he didn't. There was disappointment.
Most hurt.
Raheem Mostert. There's a lot of disappointment across the board. So, but I'm not trying to make. I feel like I was trying to make excuses for literally all my takes, and so I had to stop at some point. I mean, Gibson just hasn't been putting up the fantasy points that I thought. I thought by now he'd be going off, but he's not. I'm not calling him off as a total bust. There's of course there's a lot of hope for him, a lot of potential. And he didn't look terrible. I liked how he looked. Just got to give him the ball some more, man. 13 carries isn't enough. And only 2 targets. And last game he had 5 targets. So we'll see. I'm gonna still ride the Gibby train and as well. So I think that's really all we got to say about Thursday Night Football. 2 really good field goal.
Here's kickers. A quick comment from Jaws, just saying about. Thought I would have to wait a year for Dyami. I probably mispronounced that.
Brown.
Dyami Brown. Getting involved early. Gotta love it. Must be a dynasty owner, right? No?
Yeah, so he looked really good this game, and then we saw a lot more Adam Humphries. So I mean,
Logan
I don't.
Thomas showed
We
up a
didn't.
couple
We didn't.
times.
We didn't really actually. We didn't really see Logan Thomas much. He was a little bit of a disappointment. Pull up his fantasy points. I don't
I'm
have
on
him
it.
in any leagues. So, but I like him though.
So Logan Thomas tonight had 5 catches for 45 yards with 7 targets. He was around.
That's good for not non-top
He was a
6
check
tight end.
down
Yeah, that's
target.
still not bad. Yeah, it's not like when you draft Mark Andrews and you expect him to do something.
Keys Primetime thinks Daniel Jones is still trash.
What did he do? What did he? I mean,
I think he ran over 100 yards, Keys.
Yeah, and then his touchdown got called. I mean, for Daniel
95
Jones,
yards, Keys. Sorry, 9 carries, 95 yards in a tug. He had 249 passing yards, 22 of 32 passing.
So Daniel Jones was projected to throw about 220 yards and take a poop and smear it all over himself.
and trip over his own feet.
Trip over his own feces. and fall into it and do like a Charlie Brown. But he did way better than Daniel Jones was projected to do. Daniel Jones is way better than Daniel Jones was projected to do. So I don't know. I mean, if he's I think we upgraded him to the recycle bin. Recycle bin smells a lot better. It's way cleaner.
Yeah, you tend to clean that one out first.
It's very nice. It's much more upscale than just the regular trash.
It's usually a brighter color, it's like bright blue, or the other one's like dark brown, dark green or something. I get you.
So he definitely was not trash. I mean, they almost won the game and he's missing Ola. So he did okay. All right, let's move on. We're done with Thursday Night Football. I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, that's what Sushane is saying, is echoing what I'm saying. I think Saquon will be back week 3. We'll see, hopefully. So people want to know how I'm doing in my leagues, how many leagues I'm in. Well, I'm in about 20 leagues if you count the big best ball leagues and expert leagues and whatnot. But every week I'm gonna keep track of 15 of them, because best ball you can't really keep track of. I'm completely. The tank is 100% tank now. It's 100% rebuild mode for the Couch Empire League, and it's still one of the most fun leagues I'm in, even though I have the worst team. And man, I made some great trades. What can I say? I mean, I traded away J.K. Dobbins before he got hurt.
Both those guys.
I traded I traded away J.K. Dobbins before he got hurt. I traded Gus Edwards before he got hurt. I traded away Clyde Edwards-Helaire for 2 firsts. Insane. Basically. Yeah. To sum up the trade, it's a much more intricate trade. But basically, I traded with Clyde Edwards-Helaire, got 2 firsts. So I figure with one of those firsts, I can find the next Clyde Edwards-Helaire. One will be, let's say one is a bust, and then the other I'll find Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And so that's good. And then be a younger Clyde Edwards-Helaire, by the way. And then
if you can just tank both these years, this year and next year, now you're looking at Bijan Robinson 2023 on your own first round pick. I'll tell you about that guy off air. He's a monster. Texas.
Well, look, I'm gonna find. So I have so many firsts and seconds. It's insane. I have
you're looking pretty.
I have basically everyone's picks. I have all the picks. I traded away Chris Godwin, which I didn't want to, but I got a first, a second. What else did I get? A third and a fourth, something like that. A first, second, and third, or first, second, and fourth. Something like a first and 2 seconds. Something pretty dang
check it out.
Yeah. Okay. Check it out. Just for accuracy purposes. I don't want, people try to end my career. They try to cancel me, but not over like inappropriate things, I say, over inaccuracy.
This one's usually easier to find on the app. Hold on one second here.
I think it's probably easier if I just find it now, because it's my team.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, so the trade was I sent Chris Godwin.
There you go.
And oh my god, look at wow! I sent.
You got Tommy Tremble in this trade too. You got Tremble and a load of picks: a 2 seconds, a first, and a fourth.
Yeah, so I sent Chris Godwin. I got a first, 2 seconds, a fourth, and I asked him to throw in Tommy Tremble. I was so nervous. I was like, I would accept it, but I was like, let me just get another like prospect I like. Tommy Tremble.
You have so
Let's
many
go.
tight ends now in that league. I think you have about 6 prospect tight ends. You have Trey McKitty,
Yeah.
you have Cole Kmet. I mean, you're stacked at
These
tight
are
end.
my tight ends. So yeah, this is a full-on punt, full-on tank mode, full-on rebuild. I got Trey McKitty, Tommy Tremble, Pat Fryermuth, Cole Kmet. I just added Chris Herndon because why not? And
Another
Dallas
tight
Goddard.
end. Yeah, you're looking
Wow.
good. Goddard's your next offload, by the way. I'm sure you're gonna have to move him at some point when someone needs a tight end.
Well, I'm
Wait for
gonna
someone to
keep
get
him.
hurt,
I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna keep him
let the price go up.
because yeah, Zach Ertz is by the Zach Ertz is 29, 30, whatever. So Zach Ertz is getting up there. I'm gonna keep him unless someone overpays like I've been shipping everything and I've been greedy. Some people want Hollywood Brown. I'm gonna do the same thing with him. I'm not selling him at all unless someone overpays. Like I need a real I need a real asset for Hollywood Brown.
Yeah, because now you're just getting picks, and those are sometimes hit and miss. Obviously, you want more first and second round picks to have less chance of error, but still could happen.
Let's so this is how I'm doing in my leagues. I'm 8-7. Not a great start, but hopefully I can pick it up. And man, oh my god, I've been getting roasted on TikTok for my $500,000 tournament entry. And I'm in
2 out of 3 on those.
I'm in first place. So in this one, yeah. They're like, why would you draft Tyler Lockett and Russell Wilson? Well, it's only been 1 week, but hey, I'm going for first place. Like I'm trying to win the $500,000. So it's very hard to win. Like I don't know, it's so easy to judge on the sideline when you're in a $1,000 league, but when you're in the swamps, in the trenches, oh man, these guys are monsters, bro.
Oh yeah,
it's a totally different strategy too because
they're all Alex, just studs.
No one's drafting running backs. It's so weird. Really? And then you're like, oh, I can get all the running backs don't score as much. And I'm like, I can get all the running backs. I can get value. But it's like, you don't want the smart, safe players though. You don't. Like you may not like Najee Harris, for example. I love like you may not want Najee Harris. You may not want a 3-yard per carry guy. You're gonna need the big play guys. You're gonna need those big wide receivers, and it's tight end premium. You're gonna need those tight ends. So like no one's drafting quarterbacks or running backs. It's so freaky. It's so weird.
That is interesting
because they're only everyone's drafting to win the 500,000. And it's like, oh man. So next year, hopefully I can enter some more like that. I wanted to enter more, but I didn't have time. It's just time. As you guys can see, I'm in 20 leagues. I wanted to enter more because I've never witnessed this type of competition. So when you're in a league and the buy-in's 300 plus, you just stepped up to the next level. It's a big step up. Competition gets real. For those of you that are in $10 leagues, $30 leagues, it's not the same universe at all. It's totally different. And even $100 league versus a $300 league, it's a big difference. Like people are they're either going to go nuts or they're going to draft really smart. Like they know there's like no one's going to spend 300 or 1,000 just to throw it away. Like it's real money here.
Yeah, it's like playing the big boy tables in poker. I mean, when you're playing for more money, you just have better players naturally show up to those tables. You want to answer a question real quick?
I like this Najee.
I just took that one down. I'll read it. Anthony says, how do you guys feel about Najee going forward?
I like him. I think he's going to be solid. He's got at least 2 good matchups coming up here. The Raiders, and I don't know what his next game was, but I've studied him because I just traded him away reluctantly in a league. I traded Najee Harris away, and I received Mike Davis and Montgomery. Yeah. And it's a very intricate trade. Like I could talk about that trade alone for 15 minutes. But about Najee, I think we've seen what we're gonna see. He's gonna be a true workhorse. Steelers O-line sucks. give the Bills defense credit. They did much better on their run defense than we thought. But still, Steelers O-line is going to suck. Najee's never going to just go off. I don't think he has top 5 potential, but I think he's top 10. I still like him. I think he's good. And man, there's, if we're looking at a workhorse, week 1, there was no stronger horse out there. 100% of the workload, 100% of the snaps, I believe, as well.
I was going to say that actually about how he took the whole load.
Yeah, there's no running back. As I'm trying to really figure out who's number 2 there. Is it Benny Snell or Ballage? I think it's going to be Ballage, but the depth chart says Snell. Well, I think
McFarland eventually, by the way. He's the running back they drafted out of Maryland last year.
Good. He's on IR right He's now. A quick guy. Yeah, that could be him. Yeah, because the other, like Benny the Snail, is definitely not
the snail.
Yeah, I mean, he's like Najee Harris, but slow and whacked. Slow and sucks. So
I thought highly of him at one point last season, and I'm regretting that for sure.
Oh,
by the way, Anthony, I love your picture. This is a great picture. I'm a photographer too. Just have to mention
it looks like one of your photos.
Hey, check me out on Instagram, Anthony. We might have to go shoot some stars.
Anthony would enjoy it.
Seriously, check me out. It's Andrew Eggers, my first and last name.
You got your name on there, so they can find you easily.
Here's another question I think you might want to answer, but do you want to save this one? Because we have something coming up. This is from C. I'll read it anyway. So C, full PPR trade Ridley and Shepard or Amari and Cooks. Sorry, that may not be a trade question.
Yeah, it's a trade question.
Is it? Okay. You know better than me.
I don't like Shepard. That's the
we'll get to why.
I guess I'm taking the Amari and Brandon Cooks side just because I don't like Shepard. All right, we'll go
counter
to
that one. Steve. You're gonna have
to we'll go to the sponsor, and then we'll do buy low, sell high, and then we'll answer some questions. So
you got it.
Let's move on to the sponsor. Shout out to Monkey Knife Fight. So it is a DFS website, but it's just player props. Essentially, what that is like you picking which player is going to do good, which player is going to do bad. It's really stupid simple. I absolutely love it. I love promoting it because I don't have to, it's not that intricate. I just put up my picks and we win. And you don't have to go against any sharks or any. You don't even have to go against guys like me who are pretty good, let alone world-class players that are way better than me and kick my butt. You don't have to go against those guys. You just pick players. Will Tom Brady throw more than 300 yards or less? That's all you do. So they have the line set, and then you pick what's up. So we'll go back to this. So scroll down and then come back to this page. So these were my picks last week. We did pretty good. So you have to pick 2 of them, right? This is the more or less game. This is what I usually play. And so I said less for Brady, more for Dak Prescott. That did not hit. Almost hit. I mean, it looked, one Rojo fumble less, and I think it would have hit, but Bruce Arians was like, screw it. Let's just let Tom Brady throw it. And so
one less DeMarcus Lawrence haymaker. That punch was insane.
I mean, it's all good though. I mean, I enjoyed the game so much. That was a great game, and Brady crushed it. So yeah, maybe it still wouldn't have hit, but the next one really hit. Matt Ryan less than 300 pass yards and Jalen Hurts more than 240. I mean, I don't know if I can crush it ever this much. So
that was a great call.
I
mean, it's so far under, it's almost half.
Yeah, he always got it. And so these are my picks. So I mean, as you can see, I doubled down on the next time. I only put $5 on the first one. Thursday night's a little bit more risky is what I find. And then I went $10 on the next one, and so I cashed out pretty big. So that was a good one. So for this week, my pick is going to be over for Jameis Winston and under for Sam Darnold, but that's the more or less. And you have to get both right, and it pays 3x. And so I really like that one, but this one I like way more. And so this is the touchdown dance. So if you go to Monkey Knife Fight, you go to new game, And then if you really want to play the more or less and win 3x your buy-in, you can do that. That was the Panthers Saints game, but this one I like more. So you go to new game and then click on the Titans Seahawks game. Like I don't even get like that this is here. Like this is so amazing to me. Touchdowns are a little bit harder to predict, but come on, this is the touchdown dance. So all we need, and you get to pick your goal. All we need is more than 1.5 touchdowns. So we need 2 touchdowns. So I'm going with Derrick Henry. I'm going with Chris Carson. And then from your third pick, you can go with literally anybody else in the game. You can't pick quarterbacks, obviously, but you can go with anybody. I mean, you can go with AJ Brown, Julio, Lockett. But I think Metcalf's the highest percentage to get you a touchdown. So I think Henry alone could hit us this goal. What do you think?
So just
Drew?
to clarify, it's just one of these 3 guys that has to go over 1.5 touchdowns.
No. This is how ridiculous. Out of these 3 guys, we just need 2 touchdowns.
Oh God, this is a great pick.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
And
I mean,
so,
I'm thinking that's like you got to have one guy get at least 2 touchdowns.
No,
I'm like, what? That's a little more challenging. But
it only pays out 2x, which is it's a 1-to-1, normal. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, so
Like,
don't set the goal
bet.
high. You can set the goal higher. Like, so I think 2.5 will pay out whatever 4x or something. Like, so people get greedy, and touchdowns are hard to predict. But this is going to be one of the most highest scoring games. The Titans Seahawks. Derrick Henry's going to go off. There's nobody behind Chris Carson. Like, it's just bound to somehow happen, I feel like. And I feel like it's a nice, safe contest. So I absolutely
think it's
love
great.
it.
I mean, and you got Metcalf out there too. I mean,
do you have Monkey Knife Fight account, Drew?
I do not yet.
All right, we're gonna get you. We're gonna get scroll up.
We're gonna. I gotta get up.
I highly recommend those 2 contests. We'll get you on Monkey Knife Fight. It takes like 2 seconds to enter. So I mean, it's really just how it sounds. You go there. So go to the link below in the description, playmkf.com/couch. You're gonna get $5 free, Drew. So I mean, you could just enter that for free.
Oh yeah,
not even. Yeah, I mean, it's good. You're gonna get $5 free, and use promo code Couch if you want to deposit real money. So just use promo code Couch. You'll get 100% deposit up to $100. Just click on new game, enter those contests. It's stupid easy, and then if you win, you win. You're not going up against anybody else. You're just going up against the line.
Yeah, and that's really fun. You can make the game more interesting when you're watching at home. You got all the different games on Sunday. Just makes this one even more interesting and exciting.
All right, let's do buy low, sell high.
All right, we got a boy named Zeke here.
Yeah, I mean, this one's pretty obvious. Old news here. He should bounce back in a major way going against the Chargers, I believe, week 2. He'll be just fine. Tony Pollard will still be involved, but don't worry too much because it's an 18-week season. We're going to see a lot of backups involved, except if you're Najee Harris. I don't know. He's just getting all the smoke. He's getting everything.
They are playing the Chargers, by the way. It's a 125 game, so get ready. I think Zeke's going to run over a few people that game. He's angry.
Yeah, he's ready to go.
Everybody.
I like what the Cowboys did week 1. I think abandoning the run was actually a good move. What are you going to really run against the Bucks up the gut? Like, it's stupid. I think they were fine not featuring Zeke every play.
I mean, I got a Dak crush this year, so I'm super happy to see them just let him air it out week 1 and get his confidence up. You know what I mean?
He did great. I mean, it was the right game plan. It's the Cowboys. What do you expect? And it's
when you're playing the world champs, they're going to put up points. You got to go for it.
Dak came no rust. He came out perfect. The plan was great. I mean, they did what they could, and the Cowboys defense for going up against Brady did whatever they tried.
They lost by a field goal. That's not bad against Brady.
They did slightly better than I thought. I mean, they put in some effort, which is more than what you usually say about the Cowboys.
That's true.
What it is.
But yeah, definitely Zeke owners, you should feel okay. I think he's going to bounce back in a mean way this week. Very mean way. Moving on.
Yeah.
I think we have another guy that we've referenced earlier in the show, Mr. Najee Harris.
Yeah, Najee Harris. Couple of good matchups. I'm not too worried about him. Look, I even traded him away. So I mean, I feel like if I traded him away, I feel like there's a lot of other owners that will trade him away. So go get him if you can get him for cheap or in a package deal. I think this is a very cool running back that you can get as a quality piece. So trade away your quantity and get some quality in Najee Harris. Next.
Yeah, I mean, Yep, there we go. I mean, who do you think is going to get more run as a rookie running back? Is what I was going to say. He's going to get it all. So you got to go with.
Oh, this rookie class is trash with running backs.
Yeah, its back end is really bad now. I mean, Eli Mitchell might be the only thing that we have hope for.
Oh, of course. Oh, Eli. I feel like I can't talk about Eli. I feel like I talk about him so much. But
I've watched a lot of live stream lately.
I'm in 3 dynasty leagues though. Total. That's it.
I know you have.
I have Eli Mitchell and old. I'm just gonna say that I had him ranked as probably the highest ranking analyst when it comes to Eli Mitchell in dynasty. Because on the video I had him ranked 19th rookie, which is insane. And then I think I lowered him down to like 21 eventually, like closer to the season. But on the video, it says 19 for Eli. I mean, that's pretty high after he gets drafted.
Yeah, you got him in the 3rd round, I'm assuming, in each of your rookie drafts. I mean, that's
value. Yeah. Well, one was a startup, so I don't know where I got double-digit rounds.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
One was the league I'm in with you. I got him at 3.02. Which is, I'm getting excited saying that. But this is a family-friendly channel, family-friendly podcast, yeah. And Scout dropped him in the Couch Dynasty, and I picked him up for $0.
Wow, that might be the best pick
because he's not a Bengal, obviously.
Oh my goodness!
I think he may have kept Puka Williams longer than. Eli Mitchell. And look, he probably I don't know if he has him in that. I'm just saying, like, if he had Puka Williams and Eli Mitchell, and like he probably would have dropped Puka before it. I mean, he probably would drop Eli Mitchell before Puka Williams. It's all good. So I got him, and now I got him in all, and I would have drafted him in that league if I had the chance.
He got sniped.
I mean, I don't know. I traded away a pick, some stupid mistake I made to try to get Chase Claypool, probably. And resulted in me not getting Eli Mitchell. But hey, who cares? I gave up a draft pick and I got Eli Mitchell for me and my $0. I'm an all or nothing
$0 freak. Yeah,
I'm an all or nothing type of guy. And that's how I am in real life. Like, I mean, we started Fantasy Couch. I was a huge loser and failure for 7 years at almost everything in life. And I'm going all in. I went all in. I didn't give up.
I've started using the strategy actually in other leagues. Like in some other leagues, I've been using the $0 strategy because I'm waiting for the day I can just drop the $100.
I think you got a lot of players for $0
over time. Yeah, absolutely.
You got your own player you dropped for $0. You got Quintus Cephas, right? Did you get him for $0?
I have this.
Did you get him for $0?
Yeah. I picked him
or
back
free
up.
Agent or whatever. Yeah.
He's already available at that point after waivers. But
but still, you didn't pay for. I mean, that's even. But you didn't. The thing is, you didn't pay for him. You didn't give up a claim. Nothing.
No, you're right. Sorry, I'm scrolling over here.
I totally forgot we're doing a podcast. What are we talking about?
We're talking about buy low, and we got Courtland Sutton.
What was we tangenting off of?
Well, Eli Mitchell popped into our head somehow.
Eli Mitchell. It's okay. Look, it's okay if I look dumb. It's okay if people load up the clown emojis and I'm wrong. That's totally fine. It's a risk I take. I mean, it's the same thing. Load them up when I come in 2nd place. Load them up. Load the clown emojis when I come in 12th place. Load them up when I come in 2nd. It doesn't matter. 2nd, 12th. None of that matters. Only matters is 1st place. And if Eli Mitchell, what's the percent? I need everyone to what's the percent chance? Now, this is going to be an honest and brutal answer because it's not going to be a high. What's the percent chance that Eli Mitchell is this year's James Robinson? Percent chance. Is it 0.1%? Is it 90%? Is it 1%? I don't know. I'm going to come up with the number right now. We'll put it in the chat. Already got my number. He's so easy for me.
I think that's a good number. 7%.
7. That's low. It's very conservative.
I know. I mean, hey, you're giving it a shot though.
What's your percent?
I give it a little higher percent just because I think him and Sermon lead that backfield going forward. I'm going to say 12 to 15%.
12 to 15%.
But I wouldn't say he's going to have James Robinson production. I'm just saying he's going to be that uncovered, diamond
No,
in the rough, so to speak.
I'm talking about close to that type of top 10 running back.
Yeah, that's going to be hard to get to. That'll be really hard to get to for
What
him.
percent?
Then I'm going to go back to 5%.
5%?
That's a lot of production
low.
with Sermon, and they just picked up Trenton Cannon off waivers. They got who else in the backfield now? Hasty's still there, and who knows? I mean, Shanahan runs with the hot hand. Sermon could take over that backfield by week 4.
He could. I know that.
Here, this gentleman agrees with me, Mr. Jason. 5%.
5%. So
we got a couple more though. 20% from Web Fiji. Our friend of the couch, friend of the podcast, Mr. Sushane says 100%. These were videos pre-draft saying that he would be the next J-Rob. They were right.
There was other analysts and videos.
I like Sushane's thought process.
Yeah, I mean, me and Sushane talked about this a long time ago. Well before the season started. Like, hey man, he could be the next James Robinson.
Jason adds, he's a Niner. Can he stay healthy?
Yes, because we're talking about a rookie, right? He's got the highest chance.
He's got the legs. He's got the
legs.
Yeah,
I mean, this guy's got no wear and tear, man. Yeah, I think he can. And you know what? I mean, he looks like James Robinson. He looks like Raheem Mostert out there. He looks great. And so look, let's just say the aggregate, let's just say 10% to make, I think that is a smooth, nice number. 10% chance this guy's the next James Robinson. I'm going to take that risk. You know what? You got less than 10% chance to win your league, guys. Oh, I hate to break it to you. Woo-hoo-hoo. That's so tough. How about we get rid of the emotion? We know we got what? 6% chance, 8.3% chance. That's the chance you have to win your league. That's it.
Anyways, yeah. So doubling that is great.
That's it. So what am I going to do? Like, I'm already, like, that's the thing. You guys got to realize that, you're probably going to lose. Like, that's just like, once you let that go, once you have no fear, it's all good. What am I going to do when I save freaking 30% of my FAB? I'm not going to do anything with that. I'm not going to get anybody. People saying there's a better waiver wire pickup out there. You're not going to get them. That's the thing. You got also 10% chance to get it. If there's a better waiver wire pickup than Eli Mitchell, who, has a chance to play all 17 games for you,
has the rookie legs and a great running offense
on the right team and everything. So like, if there's a guy that obvious, then guess what? You're probably not going to get him off waivers either, because there's going to be 4 or 5 other guys who have higher priority or just as much FAB or more, and it's going to be tough.
And Webb's cosign, he's saying fantasy is all about chances. I would take him even if it's 1%.
Wow. Yeah. So
good point.
Look, you gotta just take a risk. And I think Eli Mitchell's going to carve out a role. I think Trey Sermon being a healthy scratch was a really big indicator. I think that's a huge thing. So we'll see. I could, like Drew said, I 100% agree with that. Trey Sermon could be the starter week 6. So we don't know. But right now, I'm going to get some W's, and W's are important. It's going to help me get in playoffs. Hopefully. We'll see. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. It's I recognize that risk. I also recognize the upside that he is the next James Robinson. Buy low option.
I was going to say, let me get you back on track.
Courtland Sutton had a slow start, a little bit rusty. He had the training wheels on, but also kind of had a bad matchup in sort of ways. Now that Judy's gone, he's going to be just like Saquon coming back. He's going to look better. He's going to get the targets. He's going to be the man. This guy in 2019 was a highlight reel. He was really one of those fantasy studs that we always drafted back in the throwback days, right? When you could have any quarterback throw to him and he would always catch it, right? Kind of like a huge tight end, but a wide receiver. Like, he was just one of those guys, man. No matter who was throwing the ball to him, he was catching everything. He was catching so many inaccurate passes. He'd pull up that 2019 season.
I was already on it. So
he had crappy quarterbacks that year. Like, he didn't even have any quarterback.
He had 124 targets, 72 receptions, 1,112 yards receiving.
Wow, 1,112 without a quarterback?
Oh, yeah, he was on fire.
God. How many touchdowns?
6.
Okay, so
And
he
that was
did
only
get
his second year in the league. I mean, we're talking about he was still on the
yeah. In
uptick
his rookie year,
of
he
his
didn't look
career.
that good at all, and man, he just exploded. Like, so we're looking at that type of potential. And he was drafted really late. He was going round 6 and whatnot, round 7. Like, I'm telling you, like, you guys can get this guy for cheap. He's also a wide receiver, so don't even like. I'm stingy. I'm greedy. Don't even trade anything real for him. Just go take your shot at something cheap, something you know. Don't send out a very offensive trade or anything. You don't want to ruin relationships here. Otherwise, you won't be able to trade with the guy again. But throw something. See if it sticks on the wall. Next buy low. Saquon Barkley. We talked about him enough. Next one. We talked about him in the beginning of the podcast.
Here's a good one.
Oh, my my coconut just split here. My banana just ripened. My avocado just got spoiled. Oh my god, this one's so juicy.
The sexy one for Brain.
Oh, the sexiest buy low you can ever have. It's not week 2's just starting. Myles Gaskin. This is an example of a hidden gem, a hidden workhorse. Bad matchup week 1. Stats are disguised as him looking like a bust. And then we had a little bit of bad news pre-draft. If anyone read that, RBBC. This is a workhorse. This is a guy that, I mean, I don't care who's the O-line, who's the quarterback. He's a guy who's going to get it done. He can catch passes. He's just one of these gems in real NFL and in fantasy. And because he didn't put up good stats against a stout Patriots defense, he still looked good. I have a lot of confidence in him. The RB snaps were good. By the way, I'm posting RB snaps and targets. Sushane's doing it for me. He's doing it every week. I'm posting them on social media, so follow me. I'm posting them on Twitter, Instagram, on the Facebook group, RB snaps and team targets. And I'm posting all the numbers, by the way. So the raw numbers are on the images, and the percentages are in the captions. And
it's really
text.
helpful too, guys.
Yes,
really helpful stuff.
Everyone loves it, and we can see according to that Myles Gaskin's getting enough right here. And guys, if you ever ask me a Gaskin question, there's no S at the end. That's how I know you're a true Myles Gaskin truther. If you're a true Myles Gaskin truther, you know that his name is singular, not plural. There's no Gaskins. It's only a Gaskin. Okay, that's how you know. That's how I'm gonna know. That's how I know. You listen to this podcast. You like Myles Gaskin? Well, no S at the end of Gaskin. Myles Gaskin. I'm telling you, trade for this guy right now. I've
made that mistake, by the way.
Offer.
I've made that Gaskin.
Everyone has it at one point in their life. But
also, I do want to add, though, before you move on, he did have a 5.4 yards per carry average on 9 attempts in this first game against those Patriots, and he had 5 catches. I mean, the stats
pretty impressive.
Terrible.
Yes. It's just
go get
it was
that
a
guy.
tough game. Like this was a tough defensive game. Like it wasn't a clean game. It wasn't it was a lot of defense.
Here's a good one. Web Fiji likens the Gaskin to Urban Meyer, not Urban Myers.
Well, you know what? Urban Meyer is just let's
don't bring up Urban on this show.
He's
killing Robinson's value.
He's a 0, so
Okay, we got Sushane adding that Gaskin is better than any of the Denver running backs? ? He's asking. Sorry.
I
think that's a great question.
Probably.
Who are you thinking? Are you thinking Javonte is better than Gaskin, or do you like Gordon? He had a great first game.
I'd prefer Myles Gaskin. Look, you just said 5 receptions.
Yeah, 5 receptions. I think that's only 26, 27 yards. So he was limited in those 5 receptions.
But that's my whole point with this is I'm not judging him off that first week.
Right.
With that
you
matchup.
Think he's going to break loose?
I'm thinking because of those 5 catches that yes, he's better than the Denver running. And that's a hard question. But as long as both those Broncos running backs are healthy, I'm going to give the edge to Myles Gaskin. And I like the Broncos running backs. I love Javonte Williams. So that was a tough question.
And you like Gordon too, I think, from what I remember listening. You're not
value. I mean, no, I actually don't like him, but when I get him in round like
Okay,
12 in
I think that's maybe what I
Superflex.
heard.
Yeah, I'm getting him. I got him like round 11 or 12. So I got can you believe this? I got like Debo
That's
and
amazing.
and a Melvin Gordon like round
Back to
11,
back.
12, something like that. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
That's wild.
these two guys balled out too. So it's like, oh my God. Yeah, I mean, when I'm getting them around 11 and 12, of course I'm gonna get the starting running back on the Broncos. Like, yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Okay. I got a question from Noel here. He says Godwin trade for Gaskin. I kind of think that's too much to give for Gaskin.
I would do it. I would do it if you're strong at wide receiver, because these Bucks wide receivers are gonna roll. Remember that Mike Evans is about to probably have a really good game. Remember
like
that
two and a half good games.
Yeah, so every two and a half games he's gonna blow up, and when he does, that means that one of those other Bucks wide receivers are gonna struggle.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Godwin's not gonna ball out every game. I like Godwin; he's great.
Had a lot of targets last game.
We saw Gronk ball. Gronk's tight end 1 right now in fantasy.
I think Brady is really gonna he's going to make us look silly on a lot of levels. For those of us who drafted like Dak and Stafford before him, like he's going to be better than some of those guys this year. I have a feeling.
Silly, but
or right up there. I mean, if you think of value,
if you drafted Tannehill before Brady, maybe
there you go. Okay,
then so maybe no, Brady's he's on fire. He's on fire. He's gonna be on fire. So look, I would do
so
this.
Many weapons to look forward to.
Make this trade because you're trading a wide receiver for a running back. So I would do that. Let's do the sells and then
got it.
I
just figured to ask on that thread.
No, that's great. No, it's a Gaskin question. No, it's very. I like when people listen and then they ask questions about what I'm saying. It makes me feel great. I feel like it's good for the show. Yeah. Sell high. This one's going to be a tough sell, and I'm starting to hate him less and less every day. But it's Josh Jacobs. I mean, he's hurt, right? He's hurt the first week. It's the opposite of Myles Gaskin, right? Stats look great, but when you peek the curtain, just a small peek behind the curtain, he's got Sleeper. What did Sleeper tweet? What their notification was in parentheses, everything, where they put the injury. So the injury, that says calf, knee, back, right? In parentheses, body. Sleeper. I guess I don't know if it was a joke. I mean, I think it was a half joke, half fact. They just said Josh Jacobs parentheses everything. So I mean, the man has an illness. He has an ankle. He has a toe, and you know what? Week 1 hasn't even started, and this is what this guy has. And so
and he only had 34 yards rushing on 10 attempts. He did get in the end zone twice.
That's what I'm saying. It's the opposite of Gaskin, right? Ravens were embarrassing. Get out of here. They made me look stupid. They look dumb. Their defense. I mean, right now, this is just facts. Right now, Derek Carr is the leading passer in the league. They lost against the Raiders. This is just crap. But Josh Jacobs,
they've got a bunch of injuries now.
Can you pull up the RB snaps? My graphic on Instagram or something. Yeah, if you can show it, that's good. You don't have to show it, but I believe Josh Jacobs got 52% of the snaps, something like that, and Kenyon Drake maybe 48%, and it was something like that. And yes, it's because of his injury, but like I'm saying, it's it's tough.
Jacobs had 45 and Kenyon had 41.
Is that the raw number? No, that's the percentage or the raw numbers.
That's the raw number.
Okay, so whatever, something like that. 52, let's say 52% and 48%. This is a hard sell though, because you have to sell it to a dumb Raider fan. So if there's a dumb Raider fan in your league, go trade him Josh Jacobs. Otherwise, it is what it is. Like, I'm just being honest with you. This isn't like, oh my God, this is going to be so easy, sell high. And again, the main reason that I'm concerned is all these injuries and illnesses. It's just a lot to compile. But if he was fully healthy, I do think he'd get a much higher workload. We also did he get any targets? We also know, we knew this, and I think it's evidence.
2 targets, 1 catch.
He's not going to be involved in the pass game much. I think the fullback was involved a lot more in the pass game, and Kenyon Drake was involved a lot in the pass game. And so, I think this is a great sell high if you can find someone that's stupid. All right, next sell high. Who's the next? I have one last one.
You got
Who is
Mr.
it?
Sterling Shepard.
Sterling Shepard. Okay, so once nothing against Sterling Shepard per se. He's solid. He's good. He's not going to help you win a league. And what we're trying to, a goal is always to win a league. You know, some people's goal is to argue with me. Some people's goal is, you know, to find the next rookie. Some people's goals to make a bold take. Some people's goals, I told you so. Some people's goal is to play it safe. Some people's goal, honestly, bro, is just to whine and self-pity themselves. Oh my God, I can't believe this happened and that like these are people's goals. I'm here for really two goals. I want to have fun. I want to compete and win first place. That's it. I just want to win first place. That's all I care about, winning first place. And I don't think Sterling Shepard is going to help you win. Even if you disagree with me and you think he's good, I don't think he's going to help you win your league. I really don't. And this is why I'm saying to sell high. And he's been a sell high before this game too. Galladay at some point is probably going to be the number one wide receiver on I know it doesn't look that way.
He has to be with that contract.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna.
He really has to be.
They just need it's pretty obvious. Like all the guys catching the ball have played with Daniel Jones in the past, and so Kenny Galladay's the guy who's brand new, and he had an injury, so he basically couldn't practice with Danny Dimes at all. So once he starts building a little bit more chemistry, Galladay's going to be back, okay. And now Evan Ingram should return back from injury before he gets re-injured. I mean, let's put that asterisk there. But he's going to come back he has a minor calf injury from what I've been told. What I've been told could be lies, but I'm saying he should be back at some point. And so now we're going to have essentially Kenny Galladay back. We're going to have Evan Ingram back. It's going to get really murky. Keep in mind who's the core. How many of you guys drafted Daniel Jones? All right, put down. No one raised their hand. So it's quarterback's Daniel Jones. So that's all I'm saying. Is that, Sterling Shepard, he's going to get that weak cornerback. He's going to be solid, but he's not going to help you win leagues if you can sell high on him. These are two tough sell highs, but if you have a dumb Raider fan and you got a dumb Giants homer in your league, hey, you might be able to have him help make it happen. What do people say to make themselves feel better? If I got you one of these, if I get to only one person, right?
Yeah,
that's why I do this.
One person's life, I'll change.
Yeah, if I change one person's life, darn it, this podcast was worth it. So if I can get one person to sell Josh Jacobs for peanuts or sell Sterling Shepard for peanut shells, just crumbles of shells like as you find on the ground at like a baseball game, then let's go for it, baby.
What I'm really hoping is that next week we're on the podcast and someone comments, I packaged Josh Jacobs and Sterling Shepard for fill in the blank, like that.
Myles Gaskin and Courtland Sutton. Oh my God!
Wow! Let's just put it out in the universe right now. Someone go make that trade.
My cantaloupe would ripen overnight. Like it would be so insane. We'd be just having a fruit basket here, man. We'd just be like, hors d'oeuvres. Like it would pile up. I'd be drunk off LaCroix. Like it would be so crazy if you did that.
Awesome. That would be awesome.
We need a screenshot though to make it something like some kind of.
It would have to be. You'd have to give us the receipt on that for sure.
We gave away the. Did you see last night? If it happens,
email couch.
Last night we gave away the signed Jalen Waddle jersey.
I missed that. I've been catching every live stream. How did I miss that?
So it was last night, like right in the middle of it. I did it, and then the dude was actually live, which was
great.
Coincident. I was like, he's not watching. He's like, I'm here, and I checked on the live.
It
was his name, so it was him. And then we messaged on Instagram. He's actually a big Jalen Waddle fan. And you know what? I might be wrong about Jalen Waddle. Maybe I need to trade him. I don't know. I still don't like Tua. So I have Tua. Maybe I need to trade. Maybe I need Jalen Waddle from you.
I just did trade for Jalen Waddle in a Devy league, by the way. I traded away Tyson Williams and Brian Edwards, kind of the stars from last Monday's football game, for Jalen Waddle. I was pretty proud of that trade. What do
you, Debbie Drew? What does Debbie Drew think of Jalen Waddle? What's your thoughts? Let's end it on Jalen Waddle.
I think he's got a lot of explosiveness, guys, and I think they're gonna try to find ways to get him open. Like you were saying about Rondale Moore, finding ways for him to get open. Cliff Kingsbury putting him into the game plan. You don't even need to do that with Waddle. He's gonna get open on his own. He's gonna create separation, even though he's a little shorter. He's going to find his way to get down the field too on long passes and get behind receivers and get behind DBs and safeties and make big plays. So I feel strong about Tua still. Like I told you, I still feel very high on Tua.
Though.
I still think though that potential in college that he showed, taking them back in that national title game, I mean, there's just a lot that goes with playing in those big games for Alabama, that the pressure he was under to still be successful, it's huge. So I think just give him some time. You got to be patient. And then Waddle's going to be a perfect piece to help accelerate to his game. I really do. Jason adds Fuller.
Yeah,
Fuller's going to be a helpful thing too for Waddle. He's going to absolutely help give Waddle the underneath.
I think you're way too optimistic.
I am. I'm an optimistic person.
Tua's not that good to support 4 receivers, 5 receivers. He's just
and
not.
Myles Gaskin with 5 catches per game.
So you have Myles. Okay,
just adding that in.
You have no. That's. I was going to name him. He's one. Myles Gaskin. You have Gesicki. Yeah, Gesicki was definitely left out.
Yeah, he got 0. He got the donut.
He had a donut. And you got Devontae Parker, who's good.
He's great. I think he's really good.
Will Fuller, and now you got Jalen Waddell, and you
could probably count on Parker being gone after this season. So if you're looking forward to the future, Waddle's going to have his own starting slot.
He's going to be the man. And Will Fuller, I mean, no one has a lot of confidence in him as far as, staying healthy and not injecting himself with things.
But he opens up. He would open up the underneath game, I think, for Waddle, because he's going to go over deeper routes.
Waddle can go over as well. Waddle is a deep threat as well.
But Waddle's the kind of guy that he's probably better just getting him, 5-10 yards down the field, give him some space.
Like what Kadarius Toney was supposed to be this year.
Make a couple guys miss and then just hit the brakes, basically.
I like how I never see Kadarius Toney, but then I only know he's on the field because Joe Buck's talking about him. I don't see this guy. I never see Kadarius Toney.
Yeah, I got him actually in one league that we're in, and I'm hoping he breaks out, but it's hard to
just drop him. Drop him and die. Just drop Kadarius Toney in Dynasty. There's no hope.
We got Sushane adding Waddles around wide receiver 7, wide receiver 12 range in the 2021/2023 classes combined. That's high praise.
That's pretty high.
That's very high praise. And remember, Trevor Lawrence and Jalen Waddle had the same scouting grade from Jaguars coaching staff.
Oh, wow. That sounds like a bad thing. I don't know. It sounds bad to me.
I know. I should have brought Urban.
Jaguars. I mean, we're looking at possibly
halfway
the worst.
Through that, I was like, I should stop here, but I wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, dude, who's the worst team in the league? Falcons or Jaguars? I think let's have a vote right here. Who's the worst team in the league? Jaguars or Falcons? I'm voting Jag, because I mean they beat the Texans, so we can't even include the Texans now. I mean, sorry, the Texans. The Texans look like Jaguars, Texans look like the 92 Dream Team with Michael Jordan.
You can't really say the Lions because they actually showed up in the second half of that game.
No, heck no, the Lions aren't the worst team. The Lions are probably better than the Texans. People just, don't know that yet. They just don't know how bad the Jags are. We have one vote for the Jags. I'm voting Jags. I think Jags are the worst team in the league right now.
I think they want to be the worst team in the league to just get another first overall pick next year.
To get Urban Meyer fired. That man's always, every time there's some talk about a coach getting fired, coincidentally Urban Meyer gets the USC talk trending. Yeah, he's all of a sudden he's trending. So there you have it, folks. The Jaguars are the worst team in the league. Hey, do us a favor, leave a review on these audio podcasts. Now, not all at once, but go leave a review. Apple Podcasts, leave a review. Look, I got one bad review because I would swallow my spit and drink water close to the microphone. I fixed that. All right. So go back, David, whoever your name is, Gary, change that to a 5-star because you said you actually like the podcast, except for the water gulping. I step away when I drink the water. It's far away. You barely hear that gulp. So, guys, let's get that 4.4 rating up. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts. Leave a review on Google Podcasts. Leave a review on Spotify. Go help us out. Subscribe to the audio podcast. Let's show people are listening. And, Jaguars are the worst team. Peace out.